Good afternoon, all. Here, Dr. Rajinder Kaur, Associate Professor in the Department of Physical Education, GNA University. So today, I'll speak on women participation in sport.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the international webinar on women participants in sports, organized by Academics Era in association with IRAJ Webinars. On behalf of our entire organizing committee, I'm Isaac Behra, organizing secretary. Would like to welcome you all for this webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our organization. The motto behind this non-profit association is to bridge the gap between students, professors, academics, and industrialists from multidiscipline. Apart from organizing various seminars, expert talks, and conferences, we have various highly rated multidisciplinary journals in the field of science, engineering, technology, and management. Since our inception, we have been arranged various international conferences at various parts of the world, like New York, London, Australia, Hong Kong, Dubai, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, India, etc. More than 1 lakh people across the globe are associated with us, and more than 5 lakh research papers have been presented and published during our journey. Today, I'm glad to welcome you all as a member of this fastest growing network for the advancement of science and technology in terms of research and innovation. Today, we were very much fortunate to have an eminent professor and expert who is joining this webinar as an expert speaker and guest. Her name is Professor Dr. Rajinder Kaur. Presently, she is working as an associate professor at Department of Physical Education and Sports, GNA University, Phagwara. Now, I'd like to welcome our professor, Dr. Rajinder Kaur, to deliver the webinar.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a great platform for me as I've already attended conferences at Europe, India, and America. So I'm very thankful to this organization to giving me opportunity to present papers, to speak on the different topics, and to invite me in the webinars. Thank you very much, and I welcome you all in this webinar. So here is my screen. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So in the last 100 years, women have made tremendous inroad in many facts of life. Women can now hold jobs, own property, and participate in professional sports. Today, women can compete in different sports. As in recent Olympic, many women athlete won the medals for their country. The first woman athlete India sent were four women athletes of the Helsinki in 1952 Olympics, but couldn't win any medal. In athletics, Nilima Ghosh and Manny D'Souza, and while in swimming, Dolly Nazir and Aarti Shah represented in Helsinki Olympic. PT Usha became the first Indian lady to enter the first of any Olympic. There are many women won medal for their country. We have broken the chain, the bond them to the home and to emerge into all sorts of male dominating, including sports. Women have become athlete in their own rights. In the last 10 years, there have been validation for female athlete. But even today, women in sports not are not portrayed in some lights as their male counterpart. So, women from participation in sports due to poor sponsorship, seen as the weaker sex, role of housewives, considered unfeminine by society, participation of peers, poor media coverage. And there are some facts affecting women participation in sports. Some are outside reports, stereotypes type, weaker sex, family commitments, socialization, school, sponsorships, and culture. Sometimes their culture, their family pressure don't allow them to play in sports. or there are so many schools, and in India maximum schools are not having the good facility of sports. Inside sports status male preserve, sports administrations dominating by males only, and very less CEOs of I've searched that very less females are the CEOs of any good company. Lack of female role models, fewer sports of for women, and less media coverage. Rewards less than men's. Few events that women compete with men coercion. Historically, sports was a male pastime. If we think back even further in time, we can learn that sports has involved from violent activities undertaken by males such as sword fighting, jousting, then prize fightings. This ethos has continued throughout time and can be partially held responsible for society's current attitude toward women's sports. Although attitudes are changing with female access to soccer, rugby, and even boxing, limited media coverage of women's sports is a major reason for the prepositions of female sports stereotyping. Yes, but hunting for food isn't it exactly part of today's society, is it? In the last in the 21st century, a woman is no longer a second class citizen, but there is still resistance to female equality. There is still the role of housewife and mother, not athlete and sports personality. It was considered that were weaker women were weaker than men and should only take part in activities. It was considered that women were weaker than men and should only take part in activity which improved grace and elegance. It is still suggested that physically demanding sports such as athletics and basketball are deemed male sports. Are there any other historical reason which prevent female from participating in sports? Yes, girls were always discouraged from being aggressive and or competitive, whereas these characteristics were encouraged in boys. Equally, it was thought that sports was physiologically harmful to women, and thus it was strongly discouraged. Some people even used to believe that sports would affect a woman's fertility. Are stereotypical, typical opinions still believed in today's society. Unfortunately, female role in a proportion of society are still viewed as subservient to the male. Dance and gymnastics are still considered to be some of the most acceptable activities for women. But some societies, families not allow the girls to do dance, to do gymnastic, to do swimmings due to their dressing. Although rugby, soccer, and cricket are still viewed as very masculine sports, particularly in the media, women are now participating and achieving high standard these days. How are these viewed demonstrated within modern sport? Women's competition is given a lower status than a man's. Example, football. Women prize money's rewards are less than men, like Wimbledon championship. Even sometime we are or being a professor and HOD in physical education, we are organizing events like cricket, kabaddi. Then female and girls participations are always very less than boys, and sometimes girls scared to the ball, so, like leather ball, and they are not motivated from their families and from their societies, Very few events where women compete on equal team with men. Example, not in athletics, but yes, in some are there. And more than are in leadership role within sports, more male role models than female, and women barred from certain activities, more male oriented sports than female. Some NGBs slows to accept female sports as they attract less attention than male sports. But surely sometimes it isn't it possible for women to compete on a level playing field with men. There is possibly one factor which will constantly prevent females from competing on equal terms with men, physically strength. However, will list it is true that some males are capable of being physically stronger than females. Should this mean that women should compete or less money or status than them? Some women are stronger and faster and more skillful than some men. This overlap is often ignored. Yes, in some games, women are very equal to men. Like we can say, there are some mind games like chess. There, women can compete the men. Some in every same in every country. Will list there is a defined global trend in women's sports. There are differences between different countries. For example, in UK, female soccer is underrated and rarely shows in the media. Yes, only FIFA is famous, and males are playing more than females. Equally, participants are regularly seen as unfeminine. Alternatively, in the US, female soccer is regarded as equal to male soccer. This is more than likely due to the fact that soccer in the US is relatively new game, and so there are no historical preconceptions. In the UK, soccer was primarily a mob game played by working class men. Thus, in Britain, it carries a notion that only male should play the game. Do different countries have different opinion of women's sports? The US and Australia have developed different strategies for trying to improve women's participation and involvement in sports. The US the frontier spirit of women coming large obstacles to achieve success has given American women a more dynamic and prominent role in sports in the US. However, there are suggestions that females are happy to accept the lesser role of cheerleader within major games. As a result of this, major sports in the states are predominantly male. This has led to the publication of Title 11 ACA, the Education Amendments in 1972. What is Title 9? The Title 9 states that any education program or activity which is government funded must not discriminate against any on the basis of sex and gender. However, at the time of its publication, women's competitive sports was funded with a budget less than 1% of men's athletic programs. Also, Willist Title 9 requires equality within opportunity, facilities, coaching, travel, etc. Private organizations are legally permitted to opt out. Australia sports has much in common with American sports. With list the UK Victorian ethics of male dominance exists, the US frontier spirit is also apparent. This has led to a chauvinistic male chauvinistic male stereotype being formed, evidence of this existing in the dominance of male sports in this media and the number of male professional sports. So I'll so who can help in this? There are some organizations, National Charitable Education Organization dedicated to advancing the life of girl and women through physical activity, active women funding, equality in sports. And here is Women Sports and Fitness Foundation. Our vision is society which encourages, enables, and celebrate active and healthy women and girls. So, how do schools influence female participation? Poor choice of activities available. PE and school sports is not cool part of young girls. And girls PE and sports has lower status than boys. Girls' achievement are not valued as much as boys. So I have very less time. So I'll go in the last conclusion part. And it is a myth that boys are more interested in sports than a girl. There is no research that show that boys are more interested in sports than girl. We do know that girls are just interested in sports as boys when they are young. A combination of lack of opportunity, lack of peer group sports when they do play short sports, and lack of encouragement cause them to drop out of sports at a rate that is 2 times greater than boys. In addition, cause research shows that if girls have not played sports by the time they are 10 years old, they are very unlikely to participate in uh, later in life. Perhaps the development of more co-ed sports could help reform the norms of masculinity in the sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor, for sharing your valuable time and for joining this webinar. On the behalf of Organizing Committee Academics Era and IRAJ Webinars, I would like to present a certificate of appreciation, ma'am. Kindly accept it. And I would like to thank all our sponsors and coordinators. I would also like to thank our president. We will happy to hear your comments and compliments or suggestion at our Facebook and Twitter page. This video will available shortly in our YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe our official YouTube channel, IRAJ Conferences and Seminars, for all past and upcoming webinars and expert lectures. Thank you all. See you on another webinar soon. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much.